Rodman has a shot at goal and scores!
Rodman crosses, goal!
Rodman taps it in! A brace for Trinity Rodman!
In January of 2021, at 18 years old, Trinity Rodman was the youngest player in history to be drafted by the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League.
Rodman!
Then in November, she helped lead the Washington Spirit to its first championship and was named Rookie of the Year. Trinity has written her own story, but it doesn't come without being reminded at every turn of her famous last name.
Rodman tips it in!
Rodman diving for the rebound by Rodman.
Rodman in front, tallies!
People do know Trinity Rodman sometimes first before Dennis Rodman now. I'm not trying to overcome what he had accomplished. I just want to build my own story.
Trinity, when did you really fall in love with the sport of soccer?
Here's a look, Rodman!
Rodman in, one apiece!
A header for Trinity Rodman!
I think I realized that soccer was going to be my thing, or just the competitive level was going to be my thing, when I couldn't accept that people could play a sport just for fun.
Trinity would be running from one end to the other. She literally would come off crying, saying, "Mom, I don't understand, we need to get a goal," you know, and that was literally, I think, when she was 4 or 5. That's when I knew this is going somewhere.
Every time she gets on the ball, the whole stadium comes to life. She has this fire that when it kicks off, it really is something to behold, because when she gets going, I don't think that there's another player in the world that's like her.
When people see Trinity, they see Rodman and they think she's had everything handed to her on a silver platter. What would you say to those people?
Yeah, it's hard. And there are a lot of comments that, you know, go into, you live in a mansion, your dad's taking care of you, and blah, 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 but, you know, it wasn't like that at all. At all.
Trinity was born in 2002, 2 years after her father, Dennis Rodman, played his last game in the NBA.
Another one for Dennis.
He is a 5-time NBA champion, but also known for his life off the court.
Don't try this at home, people.
Growing up, people always thought that me and my dad had a close relationship, and like we never did. Living in Newport Beach, my dad was a little bit around, but was still in the party NBA phase. He wasn't in our lives, and I was with my mom, and we were living separately, but we were still seeing him.
During the early years, he was around more. At the time, he was trying to become sober, he was trying to become a better person, but you know, as time carried on, it just got worse and worse, and you know, that's not really the most ideal situation to be in with a family, with 2 kids and a single mom.
We kind of, unfortunately, then went through a really hard time where we were actually living in a motel and out of a car. I think their friends thought because of the name that they had money, but they've had a struggle.
Michelle divorced Dennis in 2012, but she says she has always been supportive of her children pursuing a relationship with their father.
I really hope that one day they have something. I don't know. But until then, they're moving forward and focused on what their lives are going to be and what they're going to become.
The rookie, Rodman, right foot, and roofs it for the goal!
On November 7th, 2021, Dennis Rodman unexpectedly showed up for the first time to watch Trinity play professionally.
When I saw my dad on the sideline, I don't even know if there was a thought. In the moment, I remember thinking, I was like, is this like the start? Like, is this his effort to like start coming to more games? It was amazing to see him and hear him cheer me on the sideline, and knowing the other half of my parents was proud of me. I've gotten to a place where I've found peace with it. I'm not looking at it negatively. Yeah, it sucks sometimes, but I think I've come to terms of not being sad about it and just being blessed with the family I have.
Dennis didn't respond to SC Featured's request to be interviewed. But despite not having the relationship she wants with her father, Trinity has found other ways to embrace their connection.
Whenever I go shopping, I am the first one to grab like a tie-dye print or like an orange or red, and you could say I got that from my dad too, with the wedding dress and all that stuff. I think I'm my own person on the field, but then seeing those similarities within us, I'm like, whoa. Like, I kind of have to take a step back and I'm like, wow, I looked like my dad there. Like, whoa, that was a little too feisty. I'm so competitive and I want to win so bad that, like, seeing the similarities, I'm like, yes, okay, I see it.
February of this year, Trinity signed a 4-year, $1.1 million contract, the biggest in National Women's Soccer League history. 2 weeks later, Trinity made her U.S. women's national team debut.
Here's Rodman in the box! Trinity Rodman!
Growing up and having the strength that I've had through everything, having so many obstacles and still being able to achieve everything that I did, I admire that about myself.
Trinity, if your dad watches this, is there something that you'd want to tell him?
Wow, it's a hard one. I always looked at our relationship so negatively, and it's easy to still do that, but I think I'd probably just say thank you for teaching me to move forward with my life. Thank you for teaching me the mistakes that could be made in the spotlight. I think it's hard to see the downfalls that come with it, along with him not being in my life, but he's my dad and I love him. I love to have my last name, and when I say Rodman, it's not my dad's name, it's my name, it's my brother's name, it's my family's name. It's ultimately the story that got me to where I am today, and I love that.